Hello, everyone. Just I need everyone to tell me that they can actually see me and hear me and stuff because I'm not sure. But yeah, make sure you can hear me because sometimes I like to start these streams and no one can hear me. I just start the streams with my microphone off. So yeah, just tell me in the chat if you can hear me, if you can see me, if everyone is doing well. I don't know. Tell me about your life, but how about that season 3 finale, everyone? It's working, says Jonathan. That's great. That is great. One sec. Perfect. Okay, my actual stream part where I can see myself stream, it was like 2 minutes delayed. So you guys were like saying it's working, and I was like, I'm not even on the stream yet. I don't know if this is working. Okay, everyone can see me, everyone can hear me. That is perfect. I hope you're all having a great morning or evening or afternoon. It's my morning for me, 8:38 a.m. here. So don't know where you guys are all in the world, but hopefully it's not too early or too late for you guys. But yeah, it could be. Shara just said I might be a changeling, and that might be right. I'm not going to do any bleed test or anything, and you can't see if I'm sweating or not, so who knows? I could be a changeling. Yeah, we are everywhere, says Greg. But yeah, what did you think of that season 3 finale? That was a very interesting finale for me because it wasn't a huge finale. You know what I mean? Like, compared to the season 2 finale, it wasn't big. It wasn't like wow, like in your face, huge. It felt very subtle. It felt like a regular episode at times. It was really just the ending with that cliffhanger that was like, oh, I need to get into the next episode. You know what I mean? And the next episode, guys, I know, many of you haven't seen my reaction to it yet, but the Way of the Warrior is exactly what I thought the finale was going to be. The Way of the Warrior is insane. But we'll get to that next week. We'll get to that next week on YouTube, everyone. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, I got a little hair wave going. I got my hair cut. I got my hair cut last week. So yeah, hopefully it's looking a little okay. Yeah, but how is everyone doing today? Antardaf, I'm sorry about that. Antar Photo says, hooray for season 4. And now the slow slog of the first 3 is done. The slow slog. If that was a slow slog, these first 3 seasons, I don't know what to expect for seasons 4, 5, 6, and 7. I mean, granted, season 4 has been absolutely stunning so far. I think I'm on episode 8 of season 4. I watched on Patreon right now. Rejoined is out. I have seen up to Little Green Men, and that's as far I've seen. So around episode 7 or 8 of season 4, and every single episode has been so good. There have been some insanely good episodes. The episode right before Rejoined, I forget the name, Indiscretion I think it's called. It might be my favorite episode of the season, and maybe even the show so far. I mean, I don't know why I love that episode so much, but those are spoilers. And those are spoilers. You guys will see those episodes when they come out. But season 4 has been absolutely stunning. Oh, Dion, I should have brought root beer. That would have been so cool. Yeah, Jonathan, I do get the actual season 3 finale soon, which is literally the next episode. Enter Frodo, you own Way of the Warrior. That is pretty awesome, actually. Yeah, Shara, season 1 was, I mean, looking back on it, season 1 was rough, but when I was watching season 1, I didn't find it that rough. You know what I mean? Like, I found it to be pretty decent overall. It wasn't like the most amazing show in the world by any means, but it was a fun show, and I enjoyed my time in season 1. But now if I went back to season 1, I would probably find it a little bit more rough just because I have the context of everything else. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that would be interesting to go back and retroactively rewatch season 1 and just go, oh yeah, this is like definitely not as good as like season 4 or something like that, because again, season 4 has been awesome. Greg said that the studio told the producers not to end on a cliffhanger because they wanted them to shake up the show during the hiatus. Yeah, I think you said that earlier on in the comment section, and I read that and I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense, because it doesn't feel necessarily like a season finale. It felt like the showrunners were wanting to do something a little bit more. Like, it didn't feel like what we usually get for a DS9 season finale. I know I've only seen 2 of them so far, but, you know, it didn't have that big oomph, like punch at the end of the season that I was expecting, and especially after a season that was so much better than the first two seasons. A season that had a lot more dominion, had some insane episodes, like the dies cast and stuff. I was expecting a big punch, and we didn't get that, but we get that at the start of season 4. So I guess I understand why they didn't do it. It felt like the season 3 finale, this episode that we just watched on the premiere, felt like Act 1. It felt like the very end of Act 1, and we're moving into Act 2 now. And I quite like that, actually, if that's the case. So guys, this stream, hello everyone who is here again. We are going to be ranking this season. We are going to be ranking this. So how are we going to do this? Let me bring up my little chart that I made here. Hold on, I need to actually put it on screen. That would be very helpful, don't you think? Ta-da! Okay, I'm going to move my camera really quickly. And as you can see right here, that's probably good for my face. You probably don't want my face to be too big. These are my tiers, everyone. These are my tiers. So, oh, one sec, I've lost you guys. There we go. These are my tiers. So as you can see, I don't know. I was reading the chat. I got distracted. As you can see, I have a few different tiers here. I have 5 of them. Frank Morn being obviously the best one, because Frank Morn is the best character in the show. So obviously that's going to be the S tier. He's like the most S tier character. So only the best episodes are going to go there of the season. Then we have Goatee, because Cisco's goatee is pretty cool, but also it's like a goated tier, you know what I mean? Like, these are good episodes, these are amazing episodes. Goatee. Thought that was a nice little play of words. I felt very proud of myself when I was writing that down. Then we have Rom's Lobes, which is just the middle of the pack, because Rom's Lobes are very average. You know what I mean? Rom's Lobes, he doesn't really have a great sense for business, but he does have lobes. They're just not really for the business sense. So in Frankie terms, they're very average lobes. Rom's Lobes, average episode. Your average season 3 episode. It's not bad. It's not amazing. It's just a good, solid episode. Then we have Quark. You have to say this in like Odo's voice, like Quark or something like that. I can't really do a good Odo voice, but yeah, say that in Odo's voice. It's just annoying. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know what I mean? Like, that was an okay episode, I guess. You know, like a little disappointed. Maybe there was high hopes. Just like Odo is always disappointed in Quark. You have Quark. You know what I mean? Quark. Then the very final tier is Dead Like Belial. These are the episodes that could suck. These are the episodes that are dead on arrival, just like Belial is dead in the show now. So, I feel so mean to say. Okay, guys. Hopefully you guys are all on board with these tier names. I made the background purple as well, because I thought it would be kind of fun to have a purple DS9 background. I don't know. I don't know. I quite like the color purple as the background there. It's kind of cool. So yeah. Babishki also just gave me a really funny thing where I could rank the episodes based on the screen time Frank gets in each episode. That would be actually so much fun. But I have no idea what episodes Frank comes in anymore. There's been too many episodes. I don't remember. But that would be awesome if I went back and did that. That would be a really cool thing. Nick said, would Huxley be able to tell if you were a founder? Me and Huxley are both founders. Sorry to break it to you. Okay, guys. Okay, we're going to get into this. I'm also going to be using right here, right beside this, I think you can see it, is the Star Trek DS9 Season 3 polls. And so I just have a little Google sheet, whatever you want to call it, and I has like the search part 1, and I have the 4 rankings that I do, and then the percentages that YouTube gives me when I finish the polls. And so I'm going to take these into consideration. You guys in chat can also put in your votes, and then we'll decide, and then I'll put in my own votes, and we'll just kind of decide together what an episode should be ranked. So we're going to start with the search part 1. And as you guys can see here, the search part 1, you guys, when you first watched it with me on the premiere, you gave it a 65 for amazing and a 35 for good. So you guys were saying it's amazing, The Search Part 1, but you're also saying it's like good, kind of down in this area. Personally, The Search Part 1, it feels like a lifetime ago, you know. When I was writing these, I was like, what even happened at the start of this season? You know what I mean? I didn't even realize at the start of the season was when we first meet the founders, you know what I mean? Like these are the 2 episodes where... Oh, interesting, YouTube. Sorry about that. But, oh my god, you're right. Someone said there is a typo. Dio like Peral. Dead like Peral. Suli, thank you so much. That was a typo on my part. I just changed it right now. But yeah, when I was writing these, I was like, what even happened at the start of the season? And yeah, it's when Odo meets the founders. It's like the Dominion, the Jem'Hadar attack. Odo goes to the Amarian Nebula. They meet the founders. Like all that stuff happens. Totally forgot. It seemed like it happened so long ago, but I remember really liking The Search Part 1 and The Search Part 2. They were both very interesting episodes. I think The Search Part 2 was directed by Jonathan Frakes as well, if I remember that correctly, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I think that The Search Part 1, you guys rated it 65% amazing and then 35% kind of here. I'm going to put The Search Part 1 in goatee. I think it is a goatee episode. I think it is a great episode, but it's not the best of the season. And since I've seen the whole season now, I know what the best of the season is. And I don't think The Search Part 1. And I think I'll also put The Search, while we're here, The Search Part 2 in goatee as well. Because you guys gave it a little bit more amazing at 72%, and 27% of people said good. And I think personally that it is also in the goatee spot. I think that while it is a really amazing episode and we get some really cool founder stuff that we've never seen before, right? It was the first time we ever seen the founders. It doesn't reach the height of the seasons of the season episode. It doesn't reach the height of the episodes. It doesn't. I've lost my train of thought. It doesn't reach the height. Those are the 2 words that I was looking for, that some of the episodes in this season reach, at least for me. So personally, I would put it here. And it seems like if you guys are kind of amazing and good mix, I think that goatee is a good spot for it, because I don't think it's Frank Morn. Frank Morn, I think, is still a little bit too S tier for this. I think it is above average. I think they're perfect in goatee. Dion says The Search Part 1 is Frank Morn, and Greg says it's Frank Morn, but Greg then also said goatee is fair too. Callum, we can treat The Search as 2 episodes combined or 1 episode. I would personally look at them as singular episodes, even though they are one continued story, just because a lot of people would probably watch them as singular episodes. So you kind of have to judge them as singular episodes as well as one connective story. I think both as one connected. I think as one connected story, I might have put them in Frank Morn, just because it's the first time we ever see the founders and they do a really good job explaining the founders and making them seem scary and stuff. But as individual episodes, I'd put them in goatee. But even as a 2-parter combined, there's a better 2-parter in this season with Improbable Cause and The Die Is Cast. And spoilers, probably put those in Frank Morn, but we'll get to that. Yeah, hopefully you guys are okay with this. And we can continue on. Let me just double check that everything is working fine. Okay. We'll count the next 2-parter. We will count as a singular episode, which I think the next 2-parter is only Improbable Cause and The Die Is Cast, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll do those as one singular episode. You know what I mean? Sue Lee says Frank Morn appears in 93 episodes. That's awesome. 93 episodes of Frank Morn? Wow. We're lucky, guys. So we're lucky that he even wanted to appear in any of those episodes. If he appeared in just 1 episode, it would already be the best show in the world. Okay, guys. Episode 3. The House of Quark. I'm going to be honest. I don't even really remember this episode. You guys gave it a 64 amazing and a 40 for good. And what is this episode even about? The House of Quark. Oh, this was the Klingon Quark episode. This was the episode where he gets divorced at the end. Oh, guys. You got 64 amazing and 40 for good. I think there's going to be a lot of episodes, guys. I think there's going to be a lot of episodes in this tier because, again, the House of Quark is really good. I don't think it's my favorite. I don't think it's near the top 5 episodes for me. I'm really only going to put like 5 or 6 episodes maybe in this tier. Like I want to keep Frank Morn specifically for like the best of the best. I don't think the House of Quark is the best of the best, but it is really good. It just was a great Quark episode. We get to see Quark actually be nice for once. We get to see him talk to this Klingon lady and also kind of like riz her up a little bit, which was kind of interesting. Quark on the Klingon homeworld. Grilka, that's her name. Grilka, because she likes to grill. She likes to barbecue and stuff. Klingon's doing finances. Yeah. It was a fun episode, and it was a really interesting episode. His speech at the end about, you know, how he like would get sliced down by the other Klingon even though he's defenseless and stuff. It was all really interesting. It was a really good Quark episode, but again, don't think it's the best of the best. Gonna keep it goatee. Goatee for me. Dion says it's goatee. Greg says it's goatee. Yeah, it seems like you guys are in agreement with me and goatee here, so that's good. 3 times 4, guys. Equilibrium. I sometimes have to go back and read like the summaries of the episodes to remember what they are. Equilibrium is the first time we learn of Duran, I think. Equilibrium is... yeah, on the Trill homeworld, Cisco, Bashir, and Zia seek an explanation for her recent bizarre hallucinations. Yeah, okay, so Equilibrium is the one where we learn about Duran, and it's the one where we learn about the Trill conspiracy as well, I think, which is where a lot of the Trills could actually... I think it was like 50%, maybe even more of the Trills could become hosts, but they don't. You know what I mean? Because like the government, whatever, they keep it not like that because there's not enough symbiotes to go around. So interesting episode for sure. Equilibrium for me, I don't know. Equilibrium is goatee. Nick says he doesn't remember it. Great Dax stuff, says Greg. It does have some cool horror stuff in it. Man, I don't want to put everything in goatee, guys. But I think this one also is goatee. Maybe this whole season is just going to be goated. Season 4 is going to be hard to rank. If every episode of Season 4 is as good as it is now, it's all going to be in the flippin' Frank Bourne tier. But goatee, sorry, Equilibrium, I think is goatee. What did you guys say in the polls here? You gave amazing 16, good 66, and okay 16. Oh, interesting, guys. You guys were all on the good page. And I know good... I should have put something like amazing, great, good, okay, or something like that, because I don't really think there's a bad episode, and usually bad doesn't get voted for. So maybe I should change my tier system a little bit in these polls. But I think it fits in goatee. I think it's like here. I think it's halfway between Rom's lobes and goatee. So I'm putting it at the end of goatee. Maybe I'll rank it like that. Maybe I'll be like, the worst of goatee is at the bottom. You know what I mean? The worst of each tier is at the bottom, and the best of each tier is at the top. Does that make any sense? Anyways, Second Skin. Second Skin is that flippin' Cardassian episode, no? It's the one where Kira becomes a Cardassian. Yeah, dude, these episodes, this is actually like nostalgic for me to go through because I haven't seen these episodes I think it's been like 2 months or 3 months or something that I've been watching season 3. So every time I do one of these live streams, it's like, wow, it's like nostalgia to look back on these episodes because I remember this one a lot. This one was my favorite episode of the season when I started watching it, Second Skin, because it was just so much fun to see Kira as a Cardassian. The whole conspiracy and plot twist and stuff, and Garrick coming in to save the day was really awesome. Kira as a Cardassian, she was really cool as a Cardassian, I gotta say. The guy that was helping her out, the guy who thought he was her father, was really cool. The ending where she was like talking to that Cardassian who helped her out, and he was just like, yeah, like, I'll be out there if you need me, you know what I mean? Like, kind of this father figure to her that she never really had. Really cool stuff. You guys said that Second Skin was 50% amazing and 40% good, 3% okay. 3% okay, but those are weird people out there who thinks this episode is okay. I think that it is also goated. I think it is also goatee. Adam says Rom's lobes. Adam says Rom's lobes. Garrick moves it up just by being there. I agree. Any episode that Garrick is in is worth watching. Callum, Second Skin is better than Equilibrium, but not as good as House of Quark. I actually would beg to differ. I think it's better than both of those episodes. I'd put it here. Personally, I would put it here. Let me know if you guys want to move it, because I would be okay moving it behind the House of Quark, but personally, I like it more than both of those episodes. So yeah, let me know. Second Skin is Frank Morn. Ooh, this is Tyant Towers. Interesting. Some people think this episode is Frank Morn. I think I'm going to keep it in the goatee section, but I'm putting it in front of the House of Quark and Equilibrium, which I know are goatee section episodes. But for me, Second Skin is like... I remember when I watched Second Skin, I thought it would have been up here. But after watching the rest of the season, I do think it is down here, because there are episodes that I enjoyed more. But it's close. You know what I mean? It's close. It's close. It's close. Adam W says he thought it was okay, but I don't feel like watching it often. That's very fair. I think that's very fair. Greg, my rankings are pretty spot on so far. They're all in the same tier. It's just gonna be one giant line, and then maybe one episode down here, and then a few episodes up here, maybe an episode there. Okay, guys, the next episode is the Abandon, and this is the Jem'Hadar episode. This is the one where we get that kid, right? The kid Jem'Hadar, and he's on the station. Odo tries to raise him. It doesn't work out, and the Jem'Hadar leaves, and Odo is sad. And that is the episode, basically. That was my summary of the episode. You guys said 26 amazing, 48 good, 26 okay, and 0% bad right here, guys. I'm putting this one in Rom's Lobes. This is my first episode. This is my first episode in Rom's Lobes. No, Callum, Calum or Callum? I think it's Callum. The tier list will actually expand if it like reaches the end. The tier list will expand, and then we'll have another row to put things on in the goatee section. So we're all okay there. But I'm putting it in Rom's Lobes. Dion says the Abandoned is Quark. Oh, I can kind of see that though, you know. I think it's a Rom's Lobes episode. I think it's kind of hovering between Quark and Rom's Lobes, but because when we watched it, some people did give it the amazing, and there's 26, like, people are just as amazed with it as also okay. I think I have to take it out of Quark and put it in Rom's Lobes. I think there are interesting stuff about it. I think that we get some interesting things about the Jem'Hadar, you know, stuff that we've never learned about the Jem'Hadar before, and it's really interesting to see that. It's just the episode itself, I don't know, it felt a little lackluster for some reason. It felt a little bit, I don't know, I was going to say shallow, but it's not shallow. It just felt not as good as a lot of the other episodes. I don't know why. Like, it's not an episode that I would actively look to watch again, if that makes any sense. A lot of these episodes here, I would actively look to watch again. You know what I mean? Equilibrium, that's why it's kind of at the bottom, because Equilibrium, I wouldn't necessarily look to watch that episode again. But The Abandoned, I definitely, like, I would watch it if I was doing a rewatch of the show, but I wouldn't, like, look forward to it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be like, oh my god, we're watching The Abandoned, let's go! You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that. I would just be like, okay, The Abandoned, let's watch this episode, I guess. You know what I mean? So, I think I will keep it in Rom's Lobes. Yeah, Greg says Rom's Lobes. There's no bad episodes, says E. They're all in Goatee or Frank Morn. I think there's a few episodes for me that are under them, but not that many. I think most of the season is Frank Morning goatee, personally. Yeah, sorry, I was just reading the chat. Okay, next episode is, attention Bajoran workers. Attention Bajoran workers. This episode, civil defense. Amazing. 57% you guys voted. Good. 43%. Okay, and bad, 0 and 0. And civil defense. Oh, civil defense is so good. Civil defense is so good. But I don't... Civil defense is so fun. I think I would personally put civil defense in Frank Morn. I don't know what you guys have to say. I'm going to read the chat, and maybe I'll move it. But civil defense is so much fun. And I think I'm gonna keep it in Frank Morn. Okay, Adam says Frank Morn. I think I have one agreement there. Let's see if anyone else agrees. If other people agree. Do you guys hear that? Do you guys hear the noise? Can you guys hear the noise? If you guys can hear the noise, is it annoying? Because I think there's a jackhammer upstairs for some reason. Anyways, if the noise isn't annoying, we will carry on. Is the noise too loud? Someone is jackhammering. I'm at university right now, right? In a residence. And someone is jackhammering right above my room. What is going on? I'm on the Defiant, Nick. Yes, I am on the Defiant. Yes, Greg, someone has a jackhammer. I actually forgot about this, you know. I got an email from the uni today saying that someone is going to be jackhammering. But they said they're going to be jackhammering 4 floors above. If you guys can live with it, we can continue. If it's not like incredibly annoying. I just don't know how long it's gonna last. Okay, the noise is fine. Okay, we will continue. Sorry about that, everyone. I totally forgot. It's totally forgot. Yeah, Astro Wharf, where I live, like back not at university, I live close to a train as well, and so sometimes I can hear the trains when I'm sleeping and stuff. It's actually kind of peaceful, but this is a strange noise. Anyways, I'm going to go back, scroll up the chat a little bit. WRD Reads says that they put civil defense in dead as Barile. That is interesting. I would love to hear you explain why you put civil defense there. Greg said it's good, not the greatest. High end of goatee. Okay, it seems like a lot of people are going goatee. I will put it at the top of goatee because personally, I really loved the episode. A lot of... Holy chicken nuggets. A lot of people, sorry, it's just loud. A lot of people, okay, I'm glad it's not high pitched. But a lot of people said that civil defense was goatee. What did Baboonski? Is Frank's mating call? Guys, look, I actually have Frank. He's right here. Okay, I'm keeping civil defense there, and we'll go into the next one in a second. But I have my little Frank right here, and I think it sounds like the sound is coming from him, so don't know really why he wants to mate with me at the moment. That's a little strange. Frank has that effect. Yeah, he does. Okay, guys, Meridian. Interesting episode, this one, Meridian. What do we do? Meridian, 13, amazing, good, 16, okay, 57, and bad is 0. Bad is 0. No one thought this episode was bad, but I think Meridian... Guys, Meridian might be the first dead like Barile. And it might be the only dead like Barile. But I made this tier... YouTube slave, I actually was going to react to the original Planet of the Apes. Actually was going to react to the original Planet of the Apes right after this live stream, but I guess I will hold off until the jackhammering stops. Meridian, Quark. You guys say Quark, Quark. I think that Dead Like Belial is Meridian all the way. I made this tier just for Meridian. I obviously don't think Meridian is like the most horrible episode of all time. I think it's actually a decent episode if it was placed in season 1 and stuff. It's just, I dislike it for the whole Dax relationship. Not because I hate the relationship, but because Dax is not Dax in that episode at all. She falls in love with the guy way too quickly. She is way too quick at throwing her career away. There's an episode in season 4 called Rejoined, which I have already watched. And in that episode, you know, it's the lesbian episode where Dax and that other, like, what do you call her at the moment? Symbiote person, Trill, they get together, and in their past lives, they were lovers. And that episode, you know, she actually takes a lot of time to consider staying with that woman. And that's someone that she used to love, like in a past life. But in Meridian, she meets this guy, and then 8 days later, she's like, I will throw all my life away to be this physicalless, like, presence in a void, to be with you, you know what I mean? And it's just not Dax. And I think that's why I dislike this episode. I think it's directed well. I think there's some really lovely moments in it. And I even think the love story is cute at times. But that last 15 minutes, it just doesn't feel like it's actually Dax doing that. It feels like I'm in a simulation all of a sudden, and it's fake Dax. You know what I mean? Greg, Rejoined is really good. But yeah, a lot of people say this is their least favorite episode of the season. And yeah, again, I made Dead Like Belial just for Meridian. I made Quark, and I was like, I don't know what episode would fit into Quark, but Quark still feels too good for Meridian, so I made Dead Like Belial as well. Defiant. 3 times 9, Defiant. You guys gave Defiant a 61 for amazing and a 39 for good. And Defiant, 3 times 9, I'm putting Defiant in Frank Morn. I think Defiant is definitively Frank Morn, and I would like to hear you guys talk about it as well. And let me know what you guys think. But for me, I think Defiant is definitively Frank Morn, and I need everyone in the chat to say that it's goatee or less in order for me to move it down, because I really loved Defiant. Oh, Professor Brainy Specs says goatee. Oh, we have one goatee here. Defiant is Frank Morn, says Greg. Okay, since there's only one person in the chat that says it's Frank Morn, we're putting it in Frank Morn. Yeah, Callum, exactly. Meridian could have been any episode in any Star Trek show, which I don't know. It was just a little bit of a disappointing episode. Jonathan said he can go with Frank, so that's good. Sue Lee says it's goatee for me. I just think it's Frank Morn because we get some really sick Defiant stuff in it. We get flipping Jonathan Majors. He comes Jonathan Frakes. We get Jonathan Frakes come back as Thomas Riker, which was super cool, and he gets to pilot the Defiant for a bit because he steals it. But we also get, I think Kira is on there as well, which is really cool. We get the whole Obsidian Order stuff. We get a look into what's in the what is it called? Not the Omarian Nebula, the Orion system. Like we get that little seedling of a development. I think it's a pretty fun episode, and it's also a very important episode for what's to come in a future 2-parter. Guys, if this drilling gets annoying at any time, please let me know, and I can always do the stream later today as well, okay? If you guys are having a hard time hearing me, or if the drilling is just too much, I can always do the stream later. So please let me know in the chat. But if it's fine, we will continue, because I can barely hear it in my headphones, but because these are noise canceling headphones and I turn them on. But the fact that I can still hear it means it must be pretty loud. So just let me know, okay? Just let me know. Anyways, the next episode, let's see. The next episode is Fascination. Fascination is an interesting episode. Fascination is actually one that I remember well for some reason out of all the episodes. Okay, it's more annoying for me. Okay. It's just very loud in my room because it's like moving my wall. Whoa. Can I live stream the season 4 premiere? Callum. I've already seen the season 4 premiere, so I wouldn't be able to live stream with you guys. But do you mean like live stream after the season 4 premiere? I guess I could. I don't know. I'll think about it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Frank will get tired soon. I know. Frank, his meeting calls must end soon. Okay, we'll keep going then if most of you guys are fine with it. It's just, yeah, okay. We'll keep going. Fascination. Sorry about this though, guys. I totally forgot. I could have just got. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Fascination. Interesting episode, but I think Fascination overall is in Quark. I think. Oh my God! Wait. Dion says Fascination is Frank Bourne. Callum says Fascination is Quark. Suli says it's in Quark. Interesting, guys. You guys, there's some people who are just in love with Fascination. That's interesting. You guys on the YouTube chat, 13 for amazing, 50 for good, 33 for okay, and 3 for bad. So I think that Quark is the way to go because it was a fun episode. You know, we had like the love stuff, right? Because we had, what's her name? Luxwana or something, right? Luxwana Troy, like Troy's mother from TNG. She came in and she had these like hormone things basically where she was making everyone fall in love with each other. Interesting to see what characters were falling in love with other characters. I think that was really interesting. Cool that Cisco didn't fall in love with anyone. O'Brien didn't fall in love with anyone. We had Keiko in the episode. You know, I haven't seen Keiko in so long, but she was in this episode. I really like that little Keiko O'Brien stuff that we got. And yeah, Nick, it's fine if you don't really remember it. I think that it goes in Quark though, because again, I think compared to a lot of the other episodes in this season, it's just okay. It's a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of fun to watch, but I think it's just an okay episode. Quark is like it's just okay. You know what I mean? It's just an okay episode. Yeah, sarcastic Trek. No, sarcastic Star Trek. There's literally someone jackhammering. There's someone jackhammering right above my room. Like, not even joking. It is a jackhammer. Like, right above my room. Right as I started this stream, too, you guys. If you guys have been here for a while, you know. Oh, my God. Is it... I don't know. I know it might be terrible. I know it might be terrible. So, yeah. Here, wait. It's actually a jackhammer. Wait, I'm gonna... Can I do something in here? Hold on. Shut. One sec, guys. One sec. Okay, we will continue. They replaced your toilet and lino? I'm not sure I know what a lino is, but I've been in like my actual house. We're getting construction done on 2 of the bathrooms, and so it was just like construction people all there over last weekend, not Easter weekend, the weekend before and stuff. And then I come back to uni. I'm like, peace. And now there's jackhammering. It's just nonstop construction. Okay, beautiful. Past tense part 1 and this is a 2-parter that I forgot about. We're gonna make these as one episode. Past tense part 1 and past tense part 2. Let's see. Amazing, 60%, good, 36%, and okay, 3% for past tense part 1, and part 2 has a 79 for amazing, a 21 for good, and 0 for the rest. So it seems like most people really enjoy the past tense episodes. Lino is floor. Oh, okay. That makes a lot of things. Thank you, sarcastic Star Trek. But yeah, what do you guys think of past tense? I think that because we're ranking both episodes together, I think I would put past tense. I don't know, actually. I think I'll put past tense part 1 and past tense part 2 in goatee in goatee. I think they're both goatee episodes. Oh, some people say Frankmore, some people say goatee. Callum says it's the only two-parter that he doesn't like. That's interesting. YouTube Slave says Frankmore. It's goatee, really high goatee. Past tense is /r. Frankmore. Frankmore. A lot of people really like it as Frankmore. I wanted to see more suffering. It makes sense, Greg. I know what you're trying to say. It's just funny if you read it without understanding the context. I want to see suffering. But I think it's goatee. But I do agree. I do agree with people who think that it's Frankmore. But I'm taking your considerations and mine. I think I'm putting it high goatee. Because I think it's a great two-parter. I'd like to watch it again whenever it's supposed to actually happen. It was like August 1st or something like that. I would love to watch it again. Or maybe it's September 1st. I would love to watch it and like live stream it with you guys. Just be like, wow, today's the day that the Bell Riots happened. You know what I mean? We get to see Cisco from the Bell Riots in Little Green Men. That blew my mind away. We get to see like Rob's like, doesn't this guy look like Cisco? It's season 4, Little Green Men, an episode that I just watched, and then everyone's like, oh no, it's not Cisco, but it is Cisco. It was so cool. But yeah, I think I'm gonna put it high goatee because there are episodes that I personally enjoyed more, but I do think that Past Tense Part 1 and Past Tense Part 2 were really enjoyable and engaging episodes about a subject that was very interesting as well. Put one in each, Babinski? Put one in each? Okay, if I had to put one in Frankmore, I would put Past Tense Part 2, but I'm keeping it behind Defiant, because I like Defiant more. YouTube Slave, more suffering, but it wasn't a Defiant episode. That's funny. Life support. Life support, guys. Barial's death. I should put it in here just because Barial dies. I'm not going to keep it there, but I should put it there just because Barial dies. But let's see. You guys said 29 for amazing, 55 for good, okay 14, and 0 for bad. So you guys were very mixed on life support. Yeah, you guys were mixed on life support. Very average episode according to the YouTube audience. But I would like to hear your guys' opinions on life support before I personally rank it myself. So what did you guys think of life support? Remember, Barial dies in this episode. He dies at the end of this episode. He dies. He does. He does. He does. Steven, the first episode of Season 4 is already on Patreon, as well as up to episode 6, but it's releasing on YouTube next week. Let's see. Rom's Lobes, high goatee, Rom's Lobes. Dead like Barial is fitting. Wow, people actually don't like... Wow, people actually don't like it. I actually liked life support. Interesting, guys. Interesting. But yeah, as much as it pains me to say, taking your guys into consideration, I think the top of Rom's Lobes is a good place for it. Because it seems like some people just don't enjoy it. I understand why people don't enjoy Barial. He's not my favorite character of all time. His death was very well done though, and Kira, Nana Visitor, absolutely sold it. You know what I mean? She sold it. It was very sad, and I was crying. I even thought about it the next day, and I cried again. Or I teared up at least, because I was like, man, Barial said, you know what I mean? But I was really thinking about Kira's emotions, I guess. We got some really annoying Win in that episode, but overall, I think that Rom's Lobes is the place for it to be, and Win is so awful in it, but like awful in a good way, Nick, right? Like whenever she's awful, it's good. You know what I mean? Like whenever she's awful, it's like, yes, be more awful, Win. Be more awful. So yeah. I forgot to end Win, dead like Barial. Punch punch. Yeah, YouTube Slave, I think that there is some importance in it. You know, the treaty and stuff. I forgot that the treaty was mentioned in this episode and was created in this episode, but I just think that, I mean, personally, if I was to rank this episode personally, I would put it here. But it's not really that much of a difference for me to put it at the top of Rom's Lobes. And I'll put it at the top of Rom's Lobes for you guys. Yeah, Kai loser, Dion. Kai, I really want someone to say that, like the very end of the episode. Just like go up to her and be like, Kai loser. You know what I mean? That would be so funny. That would be awesome. Okay, guys. Heart of Stone. This is an important Odo episode, Heart of Stone. What did you guys think? On YouTube, you guys thought that it was amazing, 44%, and good, 55%. I know that these totals don't equal 100%, they equal 99. For some reason, YouTube does that, but it's okay. 45% then for amazing. How about? The sarcastic Trek is, I hate her so much that it's turned into loving her. That is awesome. Heart of Stone. I think Heart of Stone, personally, I would put Heart of Stone here. Behind the House of Quark, in front of Equilibrium in the goatee section. Let's see what other people have to say. Dion says it's Rom's Lobes. Suli says it's Rom's Lobes. Rom's Lobes. Some people say it's goatee. Sarcastic Star Trek says goatee. Greg says goatee. Nick says goatee. I think it's fair to put it at the very edge of goatee and Rom's Lobes because there's only equilibrium between this and life support and Rom's Lobes. I think Heart of Stone is there. We had some good Odo stuff in this episode, right? We had Odo admitting his love for Kira, but it turned out Kira was not the one who he was admitting his love to. He was admitting his love to a founder, the main founder. I don't know if she has a name, but the main founder, whatever you want to call her. And it was really cool. I was not expecting that plot twist at all. It was very interesting. Well, I expected it about 2 seconds before it happened. You know what I mean? A really interesting episode. I always love episodes where characters are trapped or stuck, which is why I really like Civil Defense, for instance, because everyone's trapped on the station. Heart of Stone as well. Odo's not trapped, but Kira is. And so seeing them just sit there and talk about each other, we get to learn a little bit more about Odo's backstory. I don't know. Really good episode overall. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, Greg, he sells it hard. Oh, and Nog. And the Nog stuff. Oh, but Dion, you didn't like that plot point. That's interesting. I like that and you did. That's so interesting. They just call her female changeling. Okay, that makes sense. We can call her something. Maybe I'll make up a name for her, like Janet or something. What do you guys think she looks like name-wise? I think she looks like a Janet. Maybe a Janet. I'll probably forget that I called her Janet, though, but maybe I'll try and call her Janet, and we can make that an official name for her and put it on the Star Trek wiki and stuff, and it can just be Janet. That would be funny. Okay, guys. Destiny. 3 times 15. Destiny. And you know what? I have no idea what Destiny was about. Destiny is the one with the comets. Destiny is the one with the comets. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Sarcastic chick. Did you say Janice? Right before I said Janet? That is so funny. Yes! Damn it! Janet. I love you. Yes, Janet from Rocky Horror. I just listened to the soundtrack actually before the live stream. Or I listened to that one song before the live stream. I don't know. I was listening to music and it came on. So maybe that's why Janet is in my head. Damn it, Janet. I love you. Anyways, 37% for amazing in Destiny. Good, 56. Okay, bad. Okay, what? Okay, 5. Bad, 0. Destiny. What did you guys think? Goatee. Goatee. A lot of people saying goatee. It is well written. Yeah, John John the BM. It is Huxley with a power drill. I don't know. I mean, it could be Huxley. It's just some bloke upstairs with a power drill, like actual jackhammering the ceiling because they're installing something, and it was supposed to be done last week. But you know how construction is. It's always delayed by 2 months. So it's been going on at uni for the past like week and a half now, and I've been trying to record my reactions between the jackhammering, and it's worked so far. But I forgot it was happening this morning, so again, sorry about that in advance. Yes, Dion. It is the one with Kim, Courtney, and Khloe Kardashian. It is the one of that one. Destiny, what do you guys still think? I think that it is goatee. Yeah, okay. I agree with you guys. I think I would put it here, above Heart of Stone and below the House of Quark. I still think I like the House of Quark more. Second Skin I definitely liked more. But Destiny is good. Like, Destiny is good. We do get the 3 Kardashian sisters, which is super awesome. They're not actually sisters, but it's fun to call them the, you know, Kardashian sisters. We get the Kardashian, those 2 science Kardashians standing up against the Obsidian Order, which was cool. We get a lot of talk about Cisco being the emissary and what that actually means to Kira and to other Bajorans out there. We get the prophecy. At the very end of the episode, we get another prophecy, and I want to know what that prophecy means. What does it mean when he's saying that he is like going to need to do something in the trial of fire or something like that, pick and choose or something? I forget exactly what it was called, but I remember going, what's the prophecy? You know what I mean? So I'm remembering it, and we will see it one day. I know we will see it one day, but I am very interested. Sarcastic Star Trek, what are you studying at uni? I am studying, right now I'm doing an English honors degree. I'm going to be graduating in a month, which is awesome. So I'm doing my final thesis dissertation right now. And then I'm going into teaching. So I'll do, hopefully, I've applied to schools. Haven't heard back yet, but I've applied to a bunch of schools. If I get in, I'll do like 11 to 16 month teaching course. And then I can become a teacher, hopefully teach English in high school. I have taught a while now, like not school obviously, but I've taught for a while, so I like teaching a lot. So yeah, hopefully teaching, and then hopefully this, and then teaching will also give me the ability to do reactions on the side, maybe less frequently, but I'll still be able to do reactions because I'll have a bunch more time off, like summers and stuff like that, and maybe even after I come home from school and I can do a reaction. I know there'll be lots of work to do, but that's my dream, to come home from teaching at school and do a little reaction and stuff. That would be pretty cool. Empire Jeff, teach me to read. I will teach you to read. This word is I, this word is and. You know, that's how that's how I read. Okay. Profit motive. 3 times 16. Thank you, Sarcastic Trick. Thank you. Thanks, Greg. Thank you so much. And Callum. Respect for doing that as well. Anyways, profit motive 3 times 16. What do we think? Profit motive. Sorry, I'm looking up this episode. I don't remember this one. Okay, profit motive. I don't really want to listen to anyone here. I think profit motive is Quark. I mean, maybe you guys have a different opinion. Maybe you guys have a different opinion. Oh, Giant Towers, congratulations on working on your final thesis for your PhD. Mine obviously is not for a PhD, so it's not as long as yours is going to be. So I am very impressed with the work you're about to do, because I did a lot of work for my one paper, so I can't imagine doing like a flipping 150-page paper. That's insane. So good luck with that. I hope it goes well. But I am putting profit motive in Quark. Personally, I know we get some fun, like the new rules of acquisition, and we get some fun Zeke moments. I don't know. It's not an episode that I really remember. It's not an episode that I really feel like rewatching. It's just an episode. I think I'm gonna put it in Quark because I think that's where I would put it, and I think a lot of people agree with me, because if you look at profit motive here, a lot of people just said it was good. You know what I mean? Like 72% of people just said it was good. More than 200 pages, Titan Towers. Wow, what are you doing it on? That's impressive. What are you doing it on? That's cool. People are saying ROM slopes. Okay, fine. I'll push for you guys. At the end of ROM slopes, though. It's going at the bottom of ROM slopes, just for my own sake. But it's in ROM slopes now. Visionary. Visionary. You guys for Visionary said 33% amazing and 67% good. And that was it. No okay and no bad. Visionary was an episode about radiation, a mild case of radiation. Oh, this is the one where O'Brien time travels. What do you guys think of this one? I enjoyed this one a lot. And I think Visionary also had DS9 explode, which was really cool. Computer vision. I work on explainability of deep networks. Tiny towers. I don't even know what that means, but that is awesome. That sounds super cool. Artificial intelligence. You must be insanely smart. Oh, you must be so smart. Yeah, John BM, I was thinking of going onto a sabbatical to Bajor actually for a few months after I finish my degree. That'll be really nice just to relax. Wow. Some people say Quark, some people say Goatee, some people say Frank Morn. We are divided as a fan base on this episode. Oh, I forgot. Actual O'Brien is dead. It's actual original O'Brien is dead. I forgot that every O'Brien since is not original O'Brien. I think Visionary is going in Goatee, guys. I know that Greg was saying Frank Horn. Sorry, Greg, to disappoint you a little bit. But I'm putting Visionary in Goatee. But I'm putting it... I like it more than the Search Part 1 and Part 2, personally. I'm putting it here. I'm putting it right near the top of Goatee behind Past Tense Part 1 and Civil Defense. I think it's such a fun episode. The stakes are amazing, just like I think Sarcastic Trek said this, or someone said this. Sarcastic Trek said that the stakes are high, but it's only for this episode. I agree, the stakes are insanely high. The flippin' station explodes. We get a Romulan attack. Really cool stuff all around. The time traveling was super interesting. O'Brien dies. I don't know, it's just like a really chaotic and fun episode, and I loved it a lot. YouTube slave, I did not. Sorry, I read Nick's comment right after. Don't let Win near your school. Yeah, that's so fair. She'll blow it up. She'll blow up the school. But yeah, YouTube slave, I did not see the Romulan coming, so, or the Romulan ship coming, so that was super interesting. Oh, we also got information on, it kind of was almost, Visionary almost felt like a tease to the next two party that's coming up in Probable Cause and The Die as cast with the what's the Romulan secret force called? Yeah, I know you guys know. But anyways, because they don't know anything about the Dominion, so they're relying on the Federation. But they also, they want to control that information and stuff. They blow up DS9 to get, and then also the wormhole and stuff like that. Really interesting, and it feels almost like a little precursor, foreshadowing for the bigger events that's to come as well. So overall, I do really like Visionary. I think it's safe to say it could go here. My Invisalign is working great. Antar Foda. Sorry, I have to read her name every time to make sure I'm saying it even semi-right. Tal Shiar! That's it. Tal Shiar. Tal Shiar. I knew it was something like that. Sarcastic trick. I love it. That sounds exactly like Win. Are you actually Win? That's crazy. But yeah, it's going great. Enter Froda, my Invisalign. I've had it for about a month now. We're doing good. Anyways, distant voices. This is the one inside Bashir's head. 3 times 18 distant voices. This is the one where he becomes old man Bashir. 23% amazing. Good. 41% okay. 35% and bad. Again, I forgot to add the 0, but 0 for bad. I think this episode is not as good as Visionary. It's a fun episode. We get old man Bashir. We get, some really fun makeup. We get cool things inside of his head. There's a really cool log take in the episode for some reason. The villain is very Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger-esque. Sarcastic check. That's funny. Kai Karen Kellum would be the scariest thing in the world. Wow. Greg, we just got 3 very different reviews of this episode in a row. We got Quark, we got a goatee, we got a Rom Slopes, we got an okay. Greg says he dislikes head trek episodes. That makes sense. I can understand why you would dislike. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of like these like in a head episodes as well. You know what I mean? I think Distant Voices is Emmy-winning makeup though. That's pretty awesome. I think I'm gonna put it in Rom's Lobes, but I'm putting it behind Life Support. I'm putting it in Rom's Lobes behind Life Support. I like Life Support a little bit more. It has more emotion to it. Distant Voices has some really good stuff. I really liked the end with Dax, and I really liked just the emotion that Bashir had, where he was just like, I may like love Dax, or I may like, you know, have feelings for her, but she's my friend first, and I will not destroy the friendship. I really enjoyed that a lot, and I really liked seeing Bashir struggle. The tennis balls falling out, him going to his console, which was like the medical center and not the main control center of the station, was really cool. I don't know, there's some good qualities. The first 5 minutes of this episode is super horror-esque, which is really cool. Like, it was actually very creepy at times. So yeah, overall, I enjoyed the episode, but it's not as good as any of the episodes in Goatee for me, and it seems like for you guys for the most part as well. What do you guys think? Rom's Lobes here, is that fine? Desi Rect, I think that's your name. That's fair enough that the last seasons are so good that you don't remember. I'm not going to remember these episodes T-minus a year when I finish the show. Empire Jeff says it's an important episode. Well, I don't know if it's important, but if it is, then I'll keep it in mind, that's for sure. Through the Looking Glass, the Mirror Universe episode of Season 3. What did you guys think? 3 times 19 Through the Looking Glass. 30% of you guys said amazing. 57% of you guys said good. 9% okay. And we actually have some bad here. 4% says bad. I know there's some people that hate the Mirror Universe episodes. So yeah, what do you guys think? I personally love the Mirror Universe episodes. They don't really have that much implication into the actual plot of DS9. They're just fun, and it's really cool to see the actors just portray different versions of themselves and to just kind of go off on a limb and act all crazy and fun. And you know that Nana Visitor is having the time of her life playing evil Kira. Like, it's just so much fun. But yeah, Through the Looking Glass, what do you think? This one, we also have Jennifer. Jennifer is in this episode, remember, guys. And it's the first time that Cisco sees Jennifer since her death. And it's a very interesting conversations that they have. Cisco obviously leaves her in the Mirror Universe, but it's cool. It's cool. Low goatee, Rom's Lobes. Yeah, Desi, I guess you gotta watch them all again. Dion says Rom's Lobes. Greg says Frank Morn. Okay, Greg changed it to goatee. Interesting. We got another dilemma here. Personally, Naked Kira is a goatee. Dude, I swear, every season, if you guys have been watching all of my videos, you know that I say every season there is a Naked Kira episode. Season 4 hasn't had one yet. This episode, I think, was the Naked Kira episode of Season 3, if I'm not mistaken. But every season so far has had a Naked Kira episode towards the back half of the season. So I'm waiting for it in Season 4. But I think that 3 times 19, I think I'll put it at the very bottom of goatee. I think it's kind of touching Rom's Lobes in goatee, but I think the Jennifer stuff for me keeps up in goatee. You know what I mean? The Jennifer stuff is really cool. I really just enjoyed seeing Cisco see Jennifer for the first time in so long, seeing him try and get onto her side and eventually get onto her side, make her believe in him, almost make her care for him again, which was super cool. And the ending was very it was very touching because he did have to leave her behind, and you could tell that it was hard for him to do that. So overall, I think it was good. It also helped him expand his horizons and maybe even get over Jennifer a little bit more, and that brings in Yates, who's going to be coming into this season very soon. Callum, you think it's better than Equilibrium? I would watch it actually more than... I would watch it more than Heart of Stone and Equilibrium, actually. I'll put it there. I'll put it there. Final. There. I'm putting it there. Improbable Cause and The Die is Cast, guys. What do you think? Yeah, Sarcastic Trek, it's hard. But I'm ranking them as one unit. Improbable Cause and The Die is Cast. I'm ranking them as one unit. 71% is amazing. 23% for good. And 4% okay, Improbable Cause. And then The Die is Cast is 91 amazing. 6% good. And 3% okay. I think I'm gonna be ranking these as a unit. Yeah, I am putting them down here. These are the worst episodes of the entire show. I hated them so much. I wanted to die after I finished watching these episodes. They were just so bad. They were horrible. But in all honesty, these episodes are deserving of the Frank Warren spot, in my opinion. Both of them. Both The Die is Cast and Improbable Cause. They both do things that are incredible in very different ways. Improbable Cause is a lot slower. It's a lot more mysterious. It's almost like a detective story with Odo and Garrick, a really cool team, by the way, who we never really see. And it ends on a cliffhanger that is absolutely nuts, with Garrick joining the Obsidian Order again, which is cool. And then The Die is Cast is just bonkers. It's nuts to butts insane. We have some insane action. We have Odo getting tortured. We have the Defiant coming in and saving the day. We have that insane conversation at the very end of the episode between Garrick and Odo, where they're talking and we can only see Odo's reflection in Garrick's side profile. Insane. I think both of the episodes are very good in different ways, and combined create a very engaging and thrilling two-part story. So let's see. Frank Morin. Let's see what people say. Frank Morin. Seems like everyone is okay with me putting in Frank Morin. Improbable Cause should be studied. As a setup, I think it should be studied. It's amazing. Adam Abrams, well, thank you so much for joining. Anyways, even if you can't stay a long time, just thank you so much for joining and being around. Oh, you resubbed. Thank you, Desi. Desi. Let me know how you pronounce that. Yeah, Jalen. Garrick, the dad from Hellraiser, is actually nuts, you know. Sorry, I'm just reading through the chat because I got a lot of messages and I was talking about these two episodes. But I think Frank Morin, the top of Frank Morin, is where these episodes should be. I think they might be the best episodes of the season. I don't know about you guys, but I think both of these episodes combined and just on their own, they might be the best episodes of the season. So I'm keeping them there. Explorers, though. I'm Desi. Okay, like Desi. Thank you. Explorers is an interesting episode because it's so relaxed compared to the Die is Cast. Like, you watch the Die is Cast and you're like, whoa, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, you're just so overwhelmed by the awesomeness of it. And then Explorers is just like a very relaxed episode. But I'm interested to see what you guys think of Explorers, so let me know. It's also, remember, Explorers, guys, before you make your judgments. Explorers is when Yates is first mentioned, Cassidy Yates. Think about that. Wow. Dion is very adamant that this is Frank Moore. There's people that say it's goatee. A lot of people like it. A lot of people think it's cute. Some people think that it's a Quark. I would put Explorers in goatee somewhere. I honestly would put it, I'd put it right here. Like middle pack of goatee, because I mean, it's a very quiet episode, it's a very cute episode, but it has stuff that's important in it. We have Jake going to writing school, we have Cisco and his building, we have the Cardassian fireworks at the end, we have the first mention of Cassidy Yates, which she then comes into the show at some point later. I forget what episode she actually comes into the show, but it's in one of these 4 episodes we see her for the first time. You know, we have some important stuff. We have it's a good Cisco Jake like bonding episode, which is awesome as well. So overall, it was just a really fun episode. Mr. Death Pilot, I honestly keep forgetting. I am so sorry, but hopefully soon I will sing your lyrics. Hopefully soon. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it in goatee because I think that it's just a really enjoyable episode. 21 amazing, 76% good, okay 3%. Yeah, you guys agree that it's like good. I think many of you guys maybe even think it's great. So I think goatee is a good spot. It's an episode that I would enjoy watching again. And Cisco's beard gets its debut. You're right. Part 1 of 2 of his new transformed look. Number 2 coming up in the season 4 premiere. I can't wait for you guys to see my reaction to him bald. I have a very big reaction to him being bald because I was not expecting that at all. Oh my god, you're right. It is literally Antar photo. It is literally the goat. It has to be in goatee because it's the first time we get his goatee. You're right. You're right. Okay. Yeah, I don't even feel like I need to explain myself for putting Explorers here anymore. Oh my god, the drunk singing in Explorers. No, I remembered that. I just had no idea what episode that was in. The drunk singing, O'Brien, Bashir, guys. It already put, like, I don't even need to explain myself anymore. You have Cisco's goatee, you have mention of Cassidy Yates, you have father-son bonding, and you have O'Brien and Bashir drunk singing together. Anyways, family business. 3 times 23, a very interesting episode. It's a Ferengi episode. It's about women Ferengi rights. And Quark's mom being a very progressive Ferengi, Quark being a very unprogressive Ferengi, and Rom just trying to keep the family peace. But also has some great moments in this episode. Rom has some really great moments in this episode. But some people hate Ferengi episodes. Some people don't like Ferengi episodes. What do you guys think? Family Business on YouTube got a 34% amazing, 51% good, 13% okay, and 0% bad. So a lot of people actually thought this episode was amazing. More people than I thought would have thought this episode was amazing. But what do you guys think? Family Business is Frank Morn, says Dion. Ant. Okay. Oh, how do people usually pronounce photo? Ant? I like calling you Ant. That's kind of fun. Yeah, Moogie. Oh, I love it so much. Yeah, okay, guys. I am putting it here. Where here, though? I think I'm going to put it there. I'm putting it there, but between the House of Quark and Destiny. Family Business. I think it's I mean, look, these 2 Ferengi episodes back to back here. I think it's a fun episode. I think it's a sweet episode. Rom is pretty peak in this episode. He probably gets more peak later in the season, but in terms of season 3 peak Rom, he's pretty much at his peak in this episode, besides the very last episode. We get some really good conversations. It feels like Quark is going to learn his lesson, but then he doesn't really learn his lesson. But at the same time, Mugi, she kind of subverts him, and she still has most of her businesses, which is super funny, and Rom is just like on board with that. I really like the conversation that she has where she was like, Quark, you're like me because we have good business sense, and then Rom is like your dad because he has bad business sense, but he was super caring and he knew how to take care of a family. And so I really like that conversation as well. So overall, this is a good episode. Sarcastic Jack, you like my boogie? Boogie. Oh, that's so fun. Yeah. Armin Shimmerman is a brilliant man. I agree. I think he's an actually brilliant man. Yeah, Titan Towers. I do wonder why you hate Ferengi episodes so much. I do wonder, actually, because I think there's some really good ones out there. So, interesting. Thanks, guys, for my my ramen present. What if I'm actually secretly wrong? Who knows? Maybe I'm actually secretly wrong. Okay, Shakar. We have 3 episodes left. Shakar. Not a car. Shakar. I tried to think of a joke with that, but it wasn't coming out. On YouTube, you guys said that Shakar was 18% amazing, 73% good, and 9% okay. Remember this episode, we had some good win stuff. She was basically trying to start a civil war in Bajor over some flippin' farming things. We had Shakar himself, the leader of the Shakar resistance, which was the part of the resistance that Kira was under. We had some cool standoffs. We met some old allies. What did you guys think? Yeah, I can hear it so well when you say it, Sarcastic Shrek. Dead like Barial, says Dion. Wow. Oh, Rom lives in Germany now? I have to go to Germany. I have to see Rom. Shakara's goatee. We have a dead like Barial. We have one that is down here, someone, and one person who thinks is up here. See, look, this is what happens. It expands. And keeping it in dead like Barial. I'm not actually keeping it dead like Barial. I'm just keeping it there. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think that I'm putting it in Rom's lobes. I'll put it at the top of Rom's lobes. I like life support more personally. I'm putting it right there under life support in Rom's lobes. It's an episode. Desi, and we can all punch Win in the face together. It'd be really fun to punch Win in the face in real life. Not the actual actress, she's awesome. But if we went into DS9, found Win, we could all just bam, collectively punch her in the face. That would be pretty nice. But I think, what do you call this? Shakar is a very average episode overall. It has some really good Kira stuff in it, and again, some really good Win stuff. And there's a scene where Win is talking to Cisco. That was an amazing scene, don't get me wrong. But it didn't really do much for me, personally. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like, I watched it and I was like, it was good. Time to get about the rest of my day, I guess. So that's how I would feel about it. You know what I mean? So I think Rom's Lobes is the perfect place for it. It was average. It was an average episode. Facets. Now we're getting into the last 2 episodes. The episodes that premiered today. You guys rated Facets 23% amazing, 71% good, and 5% okay. What do you guys think of Facets? I have my thoughts on this one as well. Callum, see, I'm a genius putting those episodes back to back. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, Sarcastic Trek, Ducat. I know you said I will like Win in some episodes. I really liked Ducat in Indiscretion in Season 4, one of the first episodes of Season 4. I really liked him in that episode. Titan Towers, did you reconsider your position? High goatee to low goatee. I'm putting facets in goatee as well. I'm putting it before Destiny. I like it more than Destiny. But after Family Business. No, I'm putting it before Family Business too, actually. I like it more than Family Business. Facets is a good episode. It's a very good episode, actually. It's a great Dax episode. All the actors get to explore new ranges. You know, O'Brien's very nervous. Bashir's very confident. All of these different things. Odo was awesome in this episode. Like, Odo was so sick. Like, just him and Curzon mixed. He played, like, Rene, I think that's his name. He was just hamming up the scenery, and he was so good as Odo Curzon mix. Obviously, he has a great learning curve for Dax, and then we have Cisco being evil. And evil Cisco is always so cool, but he's different than evil Cisco in the Mirror Universe, who was like chaotic and psychopathic. In this one, he's like calm and collected and creepy, and it was, oh, you know what I mean? So I enjoyed this episode a lot. Interesting. Rom's lobes for some people. Quark for some people. Interesting, guys. Interesting. And there's Rom's speech. I forgot about that. This is the whole Nog gets promoted, or Nog gets accepted into Starfleet Academy, which is super cool. And Rom's speech to Quark about him messing with the simulator and stuff was so awesome. That is peak Rom in the season, and I'm super excited to see him evolve even more in the future. Greg thinks it's better than Explorers. I think I'm gonna keep it here, Greg. But I mean, the difference between Facets and Explorers is not that much. You know what I mean? It's like 1% more enjoyment for me with Explorers and Facets. It's not that much. Interesting. So people are getting into the Adversary, so I might as well get into that one right now. The Adversary, what do you guys think? The Season 3 finale doesn't reach the heights of Season 2 for me, personally. Season 2 finale was better. But it had some good stuff in it. This will be interesting. Interesting. I like Sarcastic's Trek here. It's both amazing and underwhelming, where it builds and builds and builds, but then it pops and nothing happens until the last 10 seconds when it gets to dark. 9 out of 10. That's a very good way to put it, actually. It just build and build and build, and the suspense just keeps going and going and going. But then, you're right, when Odo kills the Changeling, I was expecting more, and then they kind of just go back to the station, and I was like, okay. But then, you know, the ending happens. We are everywhere. It's too late. We are everywhere. Insane. Insane. This could be a Changeling. This could be a Changeling. The jackhammer guy up there could be a Changeling for all we know. It's really interesting. It's very satisfying. I think someone just said that, actually. Star Trek. Yeah, Sarcastic Star Trek said, it's very satisfying. Sorry, the clap might scare people. I know it scared someone earlier. But I'm putting it in goatee as well. I'm putting it here. High goatee. I'm putting it high goatee. I think there are some better episodes than The Adversary, but I also... Oh, I like it more than Visionary too. And Past Tense Part 1. I think it's right on the cusp of there. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of me putting it there? What do you guys think? It's just, Dion, it's just a jackhammer? You think it's just like it's a sentient jackhammer just trying to get to me through the ceiling? Wow, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Okay, people agree with me here. Okay, so guys, this is the list. I'm actually going to screenshot this right now. I'm going to post this because I think it's fun. I didn't do that for the other two ones, but I'm going to post this. Are there any episodes? Tiny Towers. You know, I don't actually remember what the name of the music was called. It was honestly just some YouTube licensed music. You know what I mean? Sarcastic Star Trek. The real jackhammer was the friends we made along the way. Oh my god, that's hilarious. But yeah, Tiny Towers is just like some YouTube licensed music. Because, you know, I can't actually use music that other people make most of the time because copyright. So I just went onto like the YouTube, whatever you call it, like, I don't know, where you could just choose music that's like copyright free that YouTube makes themselves. It was just some of that stuff. And then maybe one copyright free music that I found on YouTube as well. I can find it if you want, but I don't really know where I would find it at the moment. Because I made that a long time ago. I made that a few months ago, so I just don't remember the music. Sorry about that. It is very peaceful music though, isn't it? Yeah, okay guys, I'm glad that you guys enjoyed this tier list. I enjoyed doing this tier list as well, besides the jackhammering, of course, but I enjoyed this as well. I'm satisfied. I am satisfied with the tiers. I wasn't expecting, actually, I was expecting most of the episodes are in GOT, but I was expecting more episodes to be in GOT for some reason, so it's interesting when you reflect on a season, some of the disappointments that come up. You know what I mean? It's very interesting, actually. Like life support, when I was going into this, life support would have been in GOT. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that, I was like, okay, that's going to be in GOT, but it's not now, and I'm okay with that. So it's interesting when you reflect, when you talk to people, how perception of the season changes a little bit. Like I wasn't really expecting to use Quark at all, but I was like, I'll put it in there. But Fascination is there now. You know what I mean? So interesting stuff. Yeah, I don't even know Babinski. I don't know how I'm going to be ranking season 4, because right now, if I were to do if I were to rank season 4, they would all be in Frank Ward, except for Little Green Man, which would be in GOT, even though that was a really fun episode. Silent Evil 99, thank you so much for that little donation. Star Trek versus Star Wars theme, go. I feel like I'm going to disappoint all you guys and say Star Wars theme. I feel like on a stream about Star Trek, saying that the Star Wars theme is better, I'm going to get... You guys are going to reach the screen and strangle me to death. But I'm just more nostalgic for Star Wars. I am sorry. That's why I have a Star Wars poster. I have two, actually. I don't know if you can see. You can't even see any of my Star Wars posters. But I have a Star Wars poster right there. And I have a Star Wars poster there. I have a bunch of Star Wars shirts. I have a Star Wars figurine right here. And I have 4 Mandalorian little Lego figurines right there as well. I have a Darth Vader bobblehead there. I have Star Wars playing cards there. I own all the Star Wars movies. I really like Star Wars. I don't know if you guys know. I really like Star Wars, and I've been watching it since I was like 5 years old. So I have to say, if I was to head, the Star Wars theme is my favorite, because it's so nostalgic for me. So nostalgic for me. But the Star Trek theme is also really good. But the Star Wars theme is such a classic. It is so recognizable. I have to go Star Wars. Please don't beat me up. Please don't beat me up. Let's see, what do people think of my my thing there? Adam W, I'm watching Our Man Bashir this week. Probably tomorrow. If I can watch the Planet of the Apes, the original one, tonight, then probably tomorrow I can watch Our Man Bashir, and I'm excited for that episode because I love a good Bashir episode. Nick unsubscribes. That's funny. Silent Evil 99. I'm glad that you think that Goldsmith's Trek anthem is better than Williams' Star Wars theme. I mean, I'm glad. It's probably, I don't know if it's more nostalgic or if you just like the music better, but I mean, personally, I think that the Star Wars theme is better. My favorite theme of all time is Howard Shore's Lord of the Rings theme. That's my favorite. But that wasn't the question, I guess. You've seen John Williams in concert 5 times. That is so awesome. Babishki, one day, baby. One day I will sing both themes and we can vote. When there's not a background instrument of the jackhammer. Although that might make my voice sound better because you don't have to hear it as well. Italian Tower says fair. The story of Star Wars, if you're not a fan, then that's fine. Episode 3 of Star Wars is one of my favorite movies of all time, which is maybe telling on why I like the Star Wars theme the most. But, okay guys, we're done the tier list, but I will stay on for about 5 to 10 more minutes, give or take, and you guys can we can just talk. If you have questions, ask some questions about my journey with Trek, about the channel. I don't know, just ask questions, and if I feel like they're not worth answering, but if they're not like intrusive on my life, then I will answer them. You know what I mean? So yeah, you can ask questions. We can just talk about Star Wars and Star Trek and stuff as we're talking right now, and yeah, I'll be on for about 5-10 more minutes, and then I have to run because I have a thesis to hand in tonight, so I have to finish up the corrections. Finish up my last few corrections. Don't worry, Sarcastic Trek. I'm staying for a bit. I'm staying for a bit. Don't worry. Dude, Christian. I've watched The Visitor that's coming out in 2 weeks on YouTube. You can watch it on Patreon right now. But the theme there is absolutely insane. The theme in that episode, I really like recognized or heard the music in that episode, I guess. Usually the music in DS9 is like okay. Well, it's not okay, but it's usually just like the same or very similar. But The Visitor had its own unique theme, and I loved it so much. Okay, let's see. Greg says that do yourself a favor, spend money, and fly down to the Hollywood Bowl and see John Williams in concert this summer. He's doing a concert this summer? Oh, that would be so cool. Oh, when is it? If it's in June, I can't. I'm away in June, guys. I'm away, but oh, that's so cool. Maybe one day. Oh, no, I can't be one day. He's so old now. Oh, Greg, why would you do this? I'm looking it up. Maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll go. Let's see. Roly-poly. Let's see. Sarcastic Star Trek. Quark's Bar official name is Quark's Bar Grill Gaming House and Holosuite Arcade. Really? I did not know that. He should have put that on the shirt. It really rolls off the tongue. Quark's Bar, Grill, Gaming House, and Holosuite Arcade. really just rolls off the tongue. It's really just simple. A simple and easy thing to say. Now that's awesome though. I didn't know that was the official name. That's really cool. Nick, how did your brother like being on the channel? I think he was okay with it. I mean, he wanted to do it, which is why we did it in the first place. I think he liked it, but at the same time, I think he's not very bothered by it. You know how like teenagers are? He's a teenager. He's 18 now. I guess he's still a teenager at that point, but you know how teenagers are where they're just kind of like, they're like not bothered by anything, really. Like they just kind of don't care about any, like they care about stuff, but they feel like they don't care about anything. That's kind of the stage of life he's in right now, where he's just like too cool to care about anything. So I'll be like, oh, did you do that? I'd be like, yeah. But as you can see in the reactions, if you watch those reactions as well, he's very simple with his reactions, I guess. I mean, even when we watch stuff by ourselves, like I'll do stuff, I'll be like, wow, that's so cool. He'll just go, yeah. So you know what I mean? Like he's very one note. Not to diss my brother or anything. I guess I can diss him. He's my brother, but it's kind of funny. Suli, thank you so much for sticking around. It was great to have you, and have a good day. Empire Jeff, why do you not ask Yoda for money? Because he's a little short. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. And thank you so much for joining the stream. I hope you had a good time. Jalen, I have seen Dune Part 2. If you were watching my Patreon live stream where I watched Mars Attacks, at the end we talked about Dune 2 for like 10 minutes. And I loved it so much. It was so good. I might even, I don't know. I was thinking about doing like a reaction to it for you guys, like a commentary reaction where we can just watch it together and enjoy it, and we can talk about it, because I have a lot of thoughts of that movie. I love it so much. It's so beautiful. It's so epic. It's so big. I loved Dune 2 a lot, and I hope you guys liked it too. It was awesome. Babishki said, "What character do you have the most affinity to thus far?" I like Rom a lot and Nog a lot. They've grown on me a lot. I think they're the characters that have grown on me the most. Obviously Cisco is my favorite. Not obviously, but Cisco is my favorite. And his relationship with Jake is super cute. And Bashir. I'd say Cisco, Bashir, Nog, and Rom are my favorites. But Nog and Rom are my favorites only because they've had the most insane turnaround of character. Cisco and Bashir are my favorites just in general, followed probably closely by Kira. Season 4 Kira, I think, is getting a lot more interesting than like season 1 Kira. You know what I mean? I think Kira has some really interesting developments with her character, and I think season 4 Kira, there's a lot that is going to be said. And her indiscretion episode with Ducat was really, really good. Rocky Rocket, will you be reacting to TWD? I'm assuming that means The Walking Dead. No, because I've seen some of The Walking Dead. I think I've seen the first 2 or 3 seasons of The Walking Dead, and then I stopped watching. So no, I will not be watching The Walking Dead. It'd be fun to watch that, but I've already seen some of it. I saw it in season 3. I wasn't enjoying it that much, I'll be honest with you. I've heard it gets a little better at some parts, but I don't know. I was kind of slogging through it, so I just decided to stop. Trek Trav said, "Am I gonna watch any of the new Trek shows?" The answer is maybe. If I'm still reacting in a few years, when I finally get to those Trek shows, I will do the new Trek shows. It really depends on my life. I'm going to be doing all of DS9, that's for sure. I'll definitely try and do some of Voyager. I don't know if I'm going to react to all of Voyager or just like what I did for TNG and just react to some episodes of Voyager. And then I'll have to see, because by the time I'm done doing those, like if I do a few episodes of Voyager, let's say I do like 25, 30 episodes of Voyager only, then by the time that's done, I'll probably be hopefully starting full-time work, and I just have to see what my life is like at that point. But I would like to do it. So if the channel continues, I would like to do it. Let's see. I'm going to read a few more, and then, dude, Sarcastic Trek, I know the jackhammer is going to stop as soon as the stream's done. I know. I can sense it in my bones, you know. Sarcastic Star Trek does ask, are there any characters that I don't like? Like, not like Win, where I don't like them, but I love them, but just like I don't like. The answer is no. I don't think there's a character that I dislike. There's no character where I am actively going, oh man, we're focusing on this character today, you know what I mean? I'm trying to think, but I don't think so. I like all the characters, obviously some more than others, but yeah. I mean, it's awesome that there's no character that I think is yawn-inducing. That's awesome. Silent Evil, thank you for being with me on that subject. I mentioned it again in the rejoined lesbian episode. Okay, guys. I think I am going to end the stream there. Greg says that he skipped the last 3 seasons of The Walking Dead when they ditched a major character. Interesting. Yeah, I think I'm going to end this stream there. I was just reading through chat. I hope you guys all have a great day. I'm going to get to work on my thesis, so I'm going to hand it in tonight before, and then I'm pretty much done school, which is kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, I think I'm going to end there. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you really enjoyed the premiere. I hope you enjoyed watching the episode with me. And I hope you enjoyed this live stream, this ranking. I'll post this ranking on my community page so you guys can take a look at it. I don't know. You can save it if you want. I don't know if you want to do that, though. And... yeah, I know, sarcastic check. I know when I clap this stop. It's gonna, as soon as the stream ends, it's gonna stop. I know it's gonna stop. But yeah, I hope you all guys have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for joining me on this stream. And have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good work day. Maybe a relaxing day if you have a day off today. And thanks for hosting the Frank Fan Club. This should be called the Frank Fan Club. That would be awesome. And yeah, I'll see you next week, for Season 4, Episode 1. Season 4, Episode 1. It's on my Patreon right now. Not forcing you guys to do my Patreon or anything. It's just there. If you want to watch it, Season 4 is on my Patreon. But next week on YouTube, Season 4, Episode 1. Have a good day, everyone. And I will see you next Wednesday.